Hello Gunners, welcome back to Arsenal Daily Talk, your number one destination for the latest Arsenal transfer news, breaking updates, match analysis and everything happening at the Emirates. If you love Arsenal as much as we do, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and let's dive straight into today's massive Arsenal news. Come on you Gunners, breaking Arsenal transfer. Update, Vinícius Júnior shock link, plus Bruno Guimarães £80 million battle. Today's episode is a massive one because Arsenal are being linked with two huge stories that are shaking the transfer world right now. On one side, we have a sensational headline-level speculation involving Vinícius Júnior, a player who is considered one of the best attackers in world football. And on the other side, we have a much more realistic and serious transfer battle involving Bruno Guimarães, where Arsenal are reportedly preparing a major £80 million push. So let's break everything down properly, separate fact from hype, and understand what is really going on. Vinícius Júnior shock Arsenal link, speculation zone. Let's start with the headline that is causing the biggest reaction online. Reports and online speculation have suggested a what-if scenario involving Vinícius Júnior and a possible Premier League move. Now let's be extremely clear. At this moment, there is no official bid, no confirmed negotiations, and no serious indication that Real Madrid are willing to sell him. Vinícius Júnior is one of the most important players at Real Madrid. He is a Champions League match winner, a La Liga star, and a key figure in their long-term project. So why is his name even being mentioned? In modern football, especially during transfer windows, elite players often get pulled into dream link conversations. Clubs like Arsenal are always mentioned because of their growing project under Mikel Arteta and their return to Champions League competitiveness. But this is important. This is not a structured transfer move. This is not an active negotiation. This is a high-profile speculation story. However, from a football imagination perspective, fans are reacting strongly because of what this could mean. Imagine this attacking line for Arsenal: Bukayo Saka on the right, Vinícius Júnior on the left, Martin Odegaard controlling the midfield. That would instantly become one of the most dangerous attacking setups in world football. But again, and this must be repeated, this is purely hypothetical. Real Madrid's position is strong, Vinícius is central to their future, and there is no real indication of a sale. So why include this story at all? Because it creates massive engagement, curiosity and debate among fans, and that is why it dominates headlines even without real negotiations. Bruno Guimarães £80 million, Arsenal transfer war, real story. Now we move to the serious part of today's update. Bruno Guimarães is once again at the centre of Arsenal's long-term midfield rebuild plans. Unlike the Vinícius situation, this story is grounded in repeated transfer interest and consistent reporting from multiple football sources. Arsenal have been monitoring Bruno for a long time because he fits exactly what Mikel Arteta wants in midfield. Press resistance under pressure. Elite ball progression. Ability to break lines with passing, strong defensive contribution, leadership and Premier League experience. He is not just a creative midfielder, he is a complete central midfielder who can control tempo in big matches. The £80 million. Situation reports suggest Arsenal could be preparing a bid in the region of £80 million to test Newcastle United's position. However, Newcastle's stance remains very firm. They consider Bruno one of their most important players and are not actively looking to sell him. In fact, Newcastle's strategy is improve contract conditions, increase his importance in the squad, build the team around him long-term. So this creates a classic transfer battle. Arsenal want to strengthen Newcastle, want to protect their core players. The player becomes the centre of negotiation pressure. This is not a simple transfer. This is a power struggle between two ambitious Premier League clubs. Why Arsenal want him so badly? If we look at Arsenal's current project, it becomes clear why Bruno is such a priority profile. Arsenal are building a squad that can compete for Premier League titles, Champions League knockout stages, long-term dominance under Arteta. To do that, they need midfielders who can perform in high-pressure situations. Right now, Arsenal already have strong options, but what Bruno brings is different. He can control chaotic matches, he can break defensive lines, he can transition defence into attack instantly. He brings intensity and aggression in midfield duels. That combination is rare, and that is why Arsenal are willing to spend big money. What this means for Arsenal's project. Now zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Even though one story is speculation and the other is realistic, together they tell us something important about Arsenal's status in world football. Arsenal are now being mentioned in conversations involving elite attacking players, top Premier League midfielders, big money transfer battles. This shows a shift in perception. Arsenal are no longer rebuilding. They are competing at the top level again. Under Mikel Arteta, the club has moved from development phase to ambition phase, and that is why these kinds of transfer links keep appearing. Reality check. Let's separate everything clearly. Vinícius Júnior to Arsenal. No official contact, no bid, pure speculation and fantasy-level discussion. Bruno Guimarães to Arsenal. Genuine interest exists. Newcastle unwilling to sell. Possible big money bid scenario, approximately £80 million. Realistic but difficult transfer. If Arsenal were to complete a signing like Bruno Guimarães, it would significantly strengthen their midfield for the long term. But if you combine that ambition with the kind of elite attacking names being loosely linked in the media, it shows how far Arsenal's reputation has grown. The key question now is, can Arsenal convert ambition into reality in the transfer market? Because in modern football, big clubs are not just built on ideas. They are built on execution. So Gunners, now I want to hear from you. Would you take Bruno Guimarães at Arsenal for £80 million? And just for imagination, if Vinícius Júnior ever became available, would you want Arsenal to make that impossible move happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications for Arsenal Daily Talk updates, where we bring you the latest breaking Arsenal news every single day. See you in the next one.